So this is digital citizenship with common sense. I am Ivy Nelson, and I am the instructional technology manager for the Belton School District in South Kansas City and Belton, Missouri. So today we're going to talk about staff, students, and parents. So when we introduce digital citizenship curriculum with staff, we're going to integrate our digital citizenship curriculum with teachers and staff. So we are wanting to create a culture of digital citizenship. So it's not just our library media specialists. It's not just our classroom teachers. We want our entire building staff involved in the professional development that we are going to do for our staff. For our students, that would be every student K-12. And for our parents, so our parents at home, our family members, whoever students go home to, and then also extending that to the community. So according to research conducted showing trends from 2015 to 2018, students age 8 to 12 spend an average of 6 hours online for entertainment purposes. Teens spend up to 9 hours online. So now think about the increase in virtual instruction due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and imagine how many hours each day students are spending online now in 2022. The more time students spend online, the more important it becomes to teach them the tools that they need to be safe and successful in a digital world. And I love this quote by Kevin Honeycutt, and we need to get out there on recess duty so that we can help our students and guide. Media defines digital citizenship as the responsible use of technology to learn, create, and participate. So let's dive into digital citizenship and address our three groups, beginning with staff. So how can you integrate digital citizenship curriculum with teachers and staff so that they can have a full toolbox to use with students? Common Sense Media makes it easy for teachers to teach students K-12 about digital citizenship. Their lessons are backed by research and inspired by real life. They have various lessons broken down by grade bands and covering a full scope of learning objectives. In addition to teacher resources for lessons to teach digital citizenship, teachers and staff can also become Common Sense certified educators through a couple hours of online training. And then additionally, schools and districts can also expand their digital citizenship tool belts and become Common Sense certified schools and districts. So this is actually something that our district is going to be able to earn this certification at the end of this school year. So to become a Common Sense certified educator, you learn, do, and reflect. So you choose from 4 different learning opportunities to learn more about teaching with technology. So in my district, we're using the Student Data Privacy mini course and the Digital Citizenship curriculum training with our teachers for professional development sessions. So these 2 PD sessions will give teachers what they need for the learn section. For the do section, teachers will choose 1 student instruction piece and 1 family engagement piece. So for student instruction, teachers will teach the Common Sense lessons, so from the digital citizenship curriculum. And then school staff who aren't classroom teachers can help facilitate lessons or otherwise contribute to the school's implementation. So that's an option for the non-classroom educator. So if you're a paraprofessional, counselor, administrator, you are going to contribute or you're going to help co-teach in some way. So for family engagement, teachers can choose. There's 6 different activities. So in my district, we host an annual event for families. So this year we did it online. So we had a virtual, like a technology town hall to kick off we did it the week before Digital Citizenship Week in October. And we kicked off just some technology topics, and we talked about digital citizenship. We also invited our families to join the Tech Balance Text program. So that's for elementary students. And then we asked teachers to send home the Common Sense Family Media Agreement. And that is a really good way to involve parents and to kind of get them thinking about setting limits with technology and also looking at their own technology use as well. Like, do we have device-free dinners? Do we have screen-free time in our house where we are doing things and, connecting without technology? Lastly, to become a common sense educator, you must reflect on your learning and teaching surrounding the activities provided by common sense education. So the reflection section is very important. And this is actually something that you have to do not just to become the educator, but then when you do the school certification or the district certification as well. So we have had very good feedback from our staff, from our teachers who have taught the lessons so far, actually completely positive feedback. So, teachers who maybe they haven't been able to teach a lesson yet, or they just, co-taught with somebody from a different, they co-taught with the library media specialist or something like that. They still have very positive feedback that the lessons were really easy, they were engaging, and students really responded well to them. So students, we have Nearpod interactive presentations. So Common Sense Media, all of their curriculum is free online on their website. My district also has Nearpod. So they are built already into Nearpod interactive presentations. So that is a really great way to easily integrate those if you have Nearpod as well. Some lessons are free for anybody, but then also if you have the Nearpod membership, you have all of the lessons in like they're in your Nearpod account. There's a special digital citizenship section. So the digital passport is something that we use with our 3rd to 5th grade students. They're interactive games, and it really focuses on the key issues for digital citizenship. So those really critical skills to learn to use technology responsibly. They're also available in Spanish. So this would be a good resource. Really all of the Common Sense digital citizenship curriculum is available in English and Spanish. So that's really helpful. And then also this is also has been we've used this for some targeted like intervention. So if students are not using their device as responsibly as they should, the digital passport, and then the next program, which is Digital Compass. So that's for 6th to 8th grade students. So these are 2 good programs that are can also be used to really try to focus on those skills for our students who maybe struggle with using the device appropriately with, our base level of instruction. So we have an upper elementary school that's 5th and 6th grade, and this school is actually going to use these 2 programs at the beginning of the coming school year, and students are going to go through, so the 5th graders will go through Digital Passport, the 6th graders in the building will go through Digital Compass, and they will actually complete this program before we send our, we are one-to-one with iPads, so before we send those devices home with students. So students will get taught lessons. And so to get your, if you are interested in the digital citizenship, the school certification, all students on 2 grade levels will get 5 digital citizenship lessons, or 3 grade levels will get 3 digital citizenship lessons. So that's something that you'll need to take a note of as well if you're interested in doing the whole school Common Sense certified school. So for parents, this is really the way that I feel like Common Sense and digital citizenship instruction really is unique and is really helpful and engaging for not just our students and staff, but also our families. So Common Sense Media, a part of their website is designated just for parents and has lots of family engagement videos and mini lessons about homework and learning with technology, social media and devices, media balance and well-being, online privacy and safety, cyberbullying, and resources in Spanish. So It's broken down by grade level within each of those 6 topics. So it really, covers a wide range of resources for our parents, and just simply introducing them to that website and all that it contains has been something that we've had a lot of parents respond very positively to. So they also have a lot of different resources that are geared towards 21st century families, 21st century learning. So digital citizenship resources, of course, we use with our K-12 digital citizenship initiative in our district. There are also ratings and reviews for families. So, if as parents, you're wondering about, well, is this new movie appropriate for my kids? What about this video game, these books or TV shows? And so there are ratings and reviews from other parents that tell you, this part of the movie, maybe I had to have a conversation with my 10-year-old when we watched this together. So that just kind of gives you some feedback from other parents so that you can make a more informed decision on your own. The family media agreement, which I mentioned earlier, this helps families set some expectations and ground rules around device use. And this is good because sometimes parents struggle with this as well. They limit the student's device use, but maybe they, can also balance some of their own tech usage. The Tech Balance is a free weekly text message program. And so it texts parents tips on how to practice healthy media habits at home. I subscribed to this and as a parent myself, and just get, maybe 2 or 3 texts a week that really have some helpful resources, helpful reminders. Sometimes there are links to the Common Sense website, just sharing other resources that the website has, which are really helpful. And that is geared towards our elementary parents. And then parent concerns. So you can find articles, videos, Q&As for parents and caregivers on their, really pressing questions regarding technology. So there's stuff with, screen time, there's stuff with, social media and kids, different things like that. The Living and Learning Well in a Digital World resource has tips and recommendations for parents on using technology with young kids, especially. So those are just a few of the resources for parents and families that are online. So this is just kind of what the site looks like. And there is a specific tab for parents, as you can see at the top. There's a tab for educators as well, for parents. And then parents need to know, you can search by age, by topic. And then there are also Spanish resources as well. So that is something that's very helpful when you have Spanish speaking families. So we looked at this list of family engagement activities when we discussed how teachers can become Common Sense certified educators. And it's also the same list used to become a Common Sense school and district. So like I said, we did a kind of a kickoff event. So we did not host in person for various reasons this year, but we did host an online kickoff event. We've promoted the Tech Balance text program for our elementary parents. And then we sent several resources home to parents, especially during Digital Citizenship Week in October. And those would be the Common Sense Education Family Media Agreement. And then so that you kind of, as a family, work together and create your own, we'll have device-free times at this time. We have, these are the rules and expectations for your household regarding technology usage. So in our district, I feel like to become successful, we did these 5 things. So we communicated the urgency, vision, expectations, and resources. So we started off the year talking about how, we, during the pandemic, we purchased devices for every student in our district. And we had been one-to-one in our secondary grade levels, but in our elementary grade levels, the devices were new. So they weren't going home yet, So most of our elementaries just had, iPads for every student in the classroom. Students that were quarantined would take them home. For our AMI days, students took them home, but then they brought them back. So it's not a recurring thing where the device is staying at home every night and every weekend. But we really, we were transparent about this was a reactive thing, right? Because we have the pandemic, we have people learning from home, we might have to close schools down again. So we want students to have a device and to be prepared for online learning. However, we want to make sure that we're being very intentional and very proactive, now as much as we can, with how well we are preparing our students, how well we're preparing our staff, and then our families. So as we look at our entire district, the vision was to have a culture of digital citizenship and responsible use by students. So we really wanted to, prior to this, we were teaching digital citizenship lessons. Our library media specialists would do little activities when students would have library time. But we really thought for this vision of this culture, we really need to have it being taught by all of our classroom teachers in our elementaries and our advisory teachers in our secondary buildings to really have, these skills, given to our students K-12. So we wanted to set some expectations. Those expectations were to have our teachers, so classroom teachers, and then our advisory teachers in secondary teach at least 3 lessons in a semester. So that was quite a, those are quite a few lessons. And, we are a little over halfway through now through the school year. And we've, some teachers, a lot of teachers have reached that goal, and some are still working towards it. But we set that expectation. And then we provided resources. So we wanted teachers to, we're going to set these expectations, but we want to fully equip you with what you need to teach those. So we created pacing guides, just like we have in any other subject area. We had a pacing guide for the entire school year for our digital citizenship curriculum, with links to the website, for the Common Sense website for resources from their site. We had links to the Nearpod lessons, since we do also use Nearpod in our district. And we really wanted to, make sure teachers felt equipped to handle this. So continuing with that, we did PD. So every district PD day, we did some sort of digital citizenship activity with our teachers. So sometimes that was reminding them about the pacing guide. Sometimes it was doing the PD with them from Common Sense that teachers need to get. So talking about, student online privacy, things like that Common Sense has created PD for teachers. So just continuing that every chance we had to do PD with teachers. We celebrated Digital Citizenship Week. We did a kickoff with parents the week before so that they knew about the Digital Citizenship Initiative. We had some resources prepared to be sent home to parents during Digital Citizenship Week. And we really tried to make it fun by encouraging teachers to send us pictures or send us information about the activities they were doing during Digital Citizenship Week. And then we had kind of had like a little prize patrol. And when teachers would send us, a picture of their students doing an activity, then we would go and we would have a little like treasure chest of little prizes that the students could pick out. So that was kind of a fun way to try to encourage that. And then the parent resources. So trying to, again, this is something that, comes full circle from school to home. So as devices start going home, we want resources to go home well ahead of that so that parents feel more prepared to support that at home. And then we do check-ins during our teacher collaborative teams. So during our, teacher data meetings, things like that, we would do simple little check-ins, just, hey, does everybody remember how to access these lessons? Has everybody taught, at least 1 or 2 or 3, however, whatever point we are in the year. And then reminding them that, we will come teach a lesson for them. We will co-teach with them. We will model with them. We will be a resource, however they need us to be, to support that digital citizenship curriculum. So that is where our district is, and we will be able to, we have all of our elementaries and middle school that will be able to, we're applying right now to be Common Sense certified schools. And then once that is official, then at the end of the year, because we have at least 75% of our buildings, we will be able to apply to be a Common Sense certified district. And like I said, again, the feedback is really great, completely positive feedback from teachers. So those that have done it and tried it, they like it, their students like it. And so I feel like that's been a big success as well. So as adults, whether we're educators, parents, or both, we must model the best strategies for being safe and successful online. So I hope you learned a few strategies for teaching digital citizenship with the free and proven resources provided by Common Sense Media. I'm glad you joined today, and I would like to open it up now for questions. If anybody has questions they'd like to, if you want to unmute and ask, if you want to throw it in the chat. I did see a question about the link to the presentation, so I can throw that in the chat as well. And then this recording will also be available for, I think it's like 30 days after following the conference here.